You remember the chrome toaster. The reason it felt like tomorrow is stranger than you think. In the mid-1950s, Sunbeam sells a machine that lowers bread by itself, lifts it without a lever, and sometimes sends up toast smelling faintly of smoke and hot dust. Act 1. Setup. America is in its post-war kitchen boom. New houses rise in Levittown, and thousands of lookalikes beyond it. Formica tops gleam under fluorescent light. The $64,000 question pulls huge audiences, and ads keep promising push-button ease in every room. Now the larger mood matters. The Soviet Union tests a hydrogen bomb in 1953. School children practice duck and cover. Yet the home marketplace answers fear with control. GE, Westinghouse, Frigidaire, Sunbeam. Their brochures fill with rockets, atoms, and streamlined chrome that suggest science can domesticate daily life. The toaster lands right inside that mood. Breakfast is still repetitive labor, mostly handled by women in the cultural script of the decade. Stand there, watch the slices, push the lever, catch them before they blacken. A machine that handles even 20 seconds of that routine carries real symbolic weight.
Here's the thing. Automatic meant status as much as convenience. A kitchen visitor notices a gleaming appliance immediately. Mid-century manufacturers know the countertop is now a showroom. If your toaster can perform a little trick by itself, your house feels current, ordered, and slightly ahead of the block. Sunbeam had already built the path. The company introduced its first fully automatic toaster, the T20, in 1949.
Designed by industrial designer Ivar Jepsen, bread drops silently into the slot under its own weight. No external lever. Heating begins. Then the toast rises like a stage cue. That motion spreads the legend. Department stores demonstrate it in person because the effect needs eyes, not copy. At Macy's and Marshall Field's, shoppers gather around chrome and Bakelite while a clerk slides in white sandwich bread. Nothing gets pushed. The slices descend alone. People grin before tasting anything. Print helps too. Sunbeam advertising leans hard on the phrase radiant control. That sounds half laboratory, has living room miracle. Housewives magazines and newspaper appliance sections describe exactness and even browning. The language is careful, scientific, and deeply reassuring to buyers already trained to trust engineered precision. By the early 1950s, the improved T9 Radiant Control Toaster becomes the better-known version in American kitchens. Its polished body, rounded corners, and side panels match the new electric range and coffee percolator. On a counter beside a chrome bread box, it looks less like cookware than a domestic instrument. Act 2. Rise. This is the peak moment. Sunbeam toasters become wedding gifts, housewarming gifts, and showroom anchors. Dealers display them near mixers and irons because the toaster performs instantly. Drop in bread. Wait. Hear the faint tick of expansion in hot metal. Up comes breakfast, apparently on command. The company keeps winning on design. Ivar Jepsen's toaster line becomes one of the most recognized countertop silhouettes of the decade. Sunbeam builds a reputation beyond the toaster itself. Percolators, irons. The brand comes to mean polished reliability. In 1956, that matters almost as much as price. Sales figures for individual toaster models are hard to pin down publicly, but the category booms. Automatic electric toasters become standard aspirational purchases in post-war homes. Sunbeam's self-lowering models earn sustained press attention because competitors still rely on visible levers, and that missing lever is the whole magic trick. Hold on to that detail. The trick works through a thermal sensing system, not a timer in the simple modern sense. The toaster monitors the bread itself through a bimetal thermostat linked to the radiant heat near the slices. Frozen bread, fresh bread, or reheated toast can behave differently. And here comes Act 3, the twist. The same feature that makes the toaster feel intelligent also makes it temperamental. Crumbs accumulate. Internal parts age. Line voltage varies from house to house. The little calibration wheel gets nudged. Suddenly, the machine that promised consistency can deliver pale bread one morning and char the next. Consumer Reports and repairmen notice the gap between showroom performance and everyday use. These are durable machines, often beautifully built, But durability does not equal eternal accuracy. A Sunbeam can keep working for decades while drifting out of adjustment, which is almost worse. It still appears trustworthy. There is another quiet issue. Automatic pop-up theatrics encourage owners to stop watching. That was the sales pitch. Yet old appliance manuals still carry the practical warnings. Keep it clean, unplug after use, never insert metal objects, never leave operating appliances unattended. The future still wants supervision. If you open one up, the evidence is physical. Burnt crumb dust under the chassis, heat-darkened mica, a thermostat assembly that once moved with tight confidence. Collectors and restorers know this well. Many surviving Sunbeams toast beautifully after service. Many others overbrown because nobody has cleaned or calibrated them in years. By the 1970s and 1980s, the toaster survives in second kitchens, cabins, church basements, and attics. The chrome outlasts avocado trends and harvest gold updates. Estate sale tables fill with them. Some still have the original cord, cloth-covered or early vinyl, stiff in the hand and a little alarming. Now they live a second life online. Restorers such as Alan Asfalg at the website Vintage Sunbeam Mixmaster document repairs, model differences, and the finicky genius of the Radiant control system. On auction sites, clean T9s and later models sell as functional sculpture. Buyers want breakfast and a piece of industrial design. Museums and design books keep circling back too. The toaster appears in conversations about mid-century American domestic technology because it compresses the whole era into one countertop object. Cold War nerves outside, confidence inside, chrome skin, hidden circuitry, a promise that routine can be engineered smooth. That promise is why the burnt toast matters. A scorched slice is tiny evidence, but it tells on the decade. The 1950s sells automation as a feeling first. Push-button kitchens, self-defrosting refrigerators, miracle surfaces. When one piece misfires, the spell does not vanish. It just becomes more human. All right, look at the object one more time. The Sunbeam is handsome because it stages effortlessness. No lever to announce labor. No rough clank. Bread sibs downward with gravity, and heat does the rest. Even its mistake arrives elegantly, in a neat brown square that went 30 seconds too far. The Radiant Control Toaster was never a joke product. It really was advanced, and in some ways it still is. Many people who restore them say a tuned Sunbeam toasts better than cheap modern machines. The problem was never pure fraud. It was faith in perfect consistency. So the little evidence file closes here. One chrome toaster on one 1950s counter carries the whole arrangement of the age: abundance, advertising, engineering pride, and the stubborn fact that breakfast remains physical. Crumbs fall, contacts drift. Somebody still smells the toast before the slogan does. Lock that memory in the vault, and I'll see you in the next case. What year did you first see this? Drop the year.